Spurs at the moment, they sit 4th in the Premier League. They're on 49 points. They're 2 points clear of 5th place Newcastle. Level on games as well. They've got 10 games to go.
I think Newcastle got a couple of games in hand.
No. Oh, my eyes are getting so bad.
Newcastle got 2 games in hand.
2 games, yeah. Looked like an 8, that's 6. They've got rid of Antonio Conte. Firstly, I thought they had to do that. I thought their hands were tied there.
Was that Godfather music or Goodfellas?
Why do you ask that?
Because someone, whoever Greg, the Arsenal fan is, I appreciate that, Godfather. And he was obviously mucking around.
No, not me.
They call us Wallies.
Well, who's texting? Who's the Wally now? Why are you holding your phone, by the way?
I've got a few stats in my hand. Can I do that?
Oh, wow.
I did put it in the group, as I always share with everybody.
Okay, that's nice of you. Don't like the way your foot's looking at me in the face. Firstly, I think it was the right decision. Their hands were tied with what Antonio Conte said after the Saints game. They had to get rid of him. Would you agree with that?
I probably would have gone to the end of the season, but I mean, you look at.
Do you think you can go at the end of the season when you've got unrest in the dressing room?
He obviously is frustrated, and I think Martin Kieran in the package made a good point. Is that they've had proven winners at their football club over the last couple of years, and yet neither of them could win. Like Mourinho didn't get the opportunity because they sacked him, and then you look at Conte. Both of these guys have won big domestic trophies. And yet it doesn't work at Spurs. Now, is that the manager's fault? Is that the player's fault? Is it the owner's fault? Clearly, there's something not aligned at Tottenham. Because even when you look at Antonio Conte's reign at Spurs, only Tim Sherwood's got a higher win percentage than Antonio Conte. I know
Tim Sherwood's got a higher win. What's Tim Sherwood's win ratio?
59%. He's got the highest in Spurs' top flight history.
Has he?
Yeah.
He wasn't there that long though, was he? But it still doesn't matter. It's
22 games, I think he was there.
That's unbelievable.
But Antonio Conte's got 57%. But when you look at their form, certainly since the World Cup, they've conceded more goals away from home. That's been an issue. The Southampton game, I can understand Conte's frustration because you can't. I thought the game was over. 3-1, I went, game's over here.
Yeah, well, that's the problem. Spurs players felt like that.
They've conceded more goals away from home than anyone after the World Cup. They're down there with the likes of Bournemouth, West Ham, Forest, and Everton.
Isn't that the manager's fault though?
I get it, but not everything. Okay, was it Mourinho's fault? So at some stage, someone's got to take a bit more blame.
I think if we pat a manager on, if you say Pep Guardiola's unbelievable, right? Alex Ferguson's unbelievable. When managers fail, you have to say, or when the team fails, it has to be the manager's fault.
Okay, but Mourinho, before he got to Tottenham, winner. Yeah?
Well, when he was at he won at Man United, but
Spurs
he brings a cloud with him. But
Spurs would snap your hand off for them 2 trophies that you won.
Yeah, one of them, yeah.
Conte won Serie A the year before he got there.
Yeah.
And he can't win. So is it the manager's fault? Do we just keep blaming the managers? Is it the players? Is it the owner? But clearly something right now at the football club for a while hasn't been right.
I want to talk to you about his replacement in just a moment. But first, this is interesting actually. Have a listen to this. After England's 2-0 win against Ukraine last night, talkSPORT's brilliant England correspondent Faye Carruthers caught up with the Three Lions all-time record goal scorer Harry Kane. She spoke to him before the news of Antonio Conte's sacking broke. Have a listen.
I'm sorry to bring it round to this because this is all about you today, but obviously there's a lot of uncertainty surrounding what's going on at Tottenham. Are you expecting to see Antonio Conte back at training?
I'm not too sure. I haven't been in contact with anyone at Spurs. I really wanted to concentrate on this week. England was the most important thing, so I'm sure over the next day or two I'll talk to whoever it is and find out what's happening. But we just have to wait and see.
Firstly, well done to Faye Carruthers for asking that question.
She has to, yeah.
She has to, but sometimes if you're going to ask a question that everyone's asked the same question to that person for years, sometimes you think, I just can't be bothered, or I'm going to get such a poor reaction, there's no point.
And I've been in that situation where I'm Harry Kane and he's thinking, here we go.
Yeah, but well done to Faye for asking. So that would have been round about 8 o'clock-ish, give or take, and the sacking would have been there or thereabouts. Would he have known, do you think Harry Kane would have known that Antonio Conte was leaving Spurs? Even before kick-off?
Yeah, I would have thought so.
Do you?
Yeah, because certain superstars get afforded privileges, don't they? It's just the way in any sport.
I like the way you looked at me and said, don't they?
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, I like that.
Afforded privileges. Now, Harry Kane, arguably, I'm not saying he is, because I don't know too much about Spurs' history, I know enough, will go down, well, no, for a fact, he'll go down as one of their greatest players ever.
Of course.
He's already their greatest goal scorer ever. Player, okay, it's up for debate. Jimmy Greaves, there's been players there. You like Ronaldo, of course. So I think when you make a decision like that, surely Daniel Levy would have told someone who would have said to Harry Kane, we're going to sack Antonio Conte today. I'm not saying they would have asked him, do you think it's the right decision? They might have done, but he would have known before he stepped on that pitch for England what was coming. Would
Daniel Levy had a conversation with Harry Kane?
I don't even know if it would have been Daniel Levy.
Would someone at Spurs have spoken to Harry Kane and said, listen, this is where we're at the moment. I think the manager's going to be leaving soon. What do you think? Or would someone have just said, just so you know, Harry, he's gone?
Yeah, I'm not sure they would have given the option to say, what do you think? I think they would have just said, look, you know what, he's going.
Okay. Don't forget, of course, next Monday, talkSPORT brings you live and exclusive commentary of Tottenham's first game since the second of Antonio Conte as they travel to Everton in the Premier League. I'm looking at producer Joe. Can I take one quick? I can, because so many Spurs fans want to have their say. 03717223344. We'll take loads in a minute, but let's quickly speak to Mike. Hello, Mike.
Hi, chaps. How you doing?
I'm great. I'm very well. How are you today?
Good. Yeah, well, just another day of being a Spurs fan, I must admit. But, yeah, it's been worse, but we all knew he was going after that rant last week. It was no way he was ever going to stay after that. So, yeah, looking forward to better football. But it's we're going around in circles, aren't we? We get, proven winners, can't do it at Spurs. I think it's a mentality thing with the players, I think it comes down to. We've tried all these different managers. It's almost like we need to put a load of money into, some counsellors for the players.
Let me ask, when you say it's the players, right? I mean, you've had different players as well. So you're getting new players through the door at White Hart Lane. So it can't be the mentality of the players, can it? Because that's changing as often. You're getting new players in all the time as often as you are new managers, right?
Yeah, no, I agree. But it's sort of, your Eric Dyers, your Ben Davis, even, Lloris, World Cup winner. He's been a constant for the last 10, 12 years. He's the captain. Why hasn't it happened? He's won the World Cup. Why haven't we gone and won a final? Why haven't we won a semi-final?
Mike, let me ask you a question, because you said it there. You've had proven winners, Mourinho and Conte, and it hasn't worked. You've had Pochettino, who was very good at Tottenham. But in that time frame, you've seen Leicester win a Premier League. You've seen Leicester win an FA Cup. We've seen Spurs get to Champions League finals, League Cup finals, I think, or the FA Cup final.
You've seen, what's his name, win a FA Cup as well, Wigan.
Yeah, that might have been just before. Why do you think the Spurs as a football club can't seem to get it over the line, regardless who's in charge?
Oh, I wish I knew. I just don't know. It's almost like we freeze. I mean, I think the Man United one, remember Dele Alli scoring. I think we come back to draw 1-0, and then I think we lost in the end. Obviously we lost, but I think we put it back to 1-0. And then after that, it just went to pot. It's almost like they relaxed. It's, we got a goal, we might do it, but we probably won't. It's like the Champions League final. Horrible. Yeah, I mean, I'm looking forward to some better football. I mean, we had our two best results this year, well, three best results, arguably, the West Ham, Chelsea and Man City games with Stellini and Mason. So at least, hopefully, the players will sort of react to the change. But it would have been interesting to see how they would have reacted after Conte's rant as well.
Yeah. Thank you, Mike.
There would have been part relief in that dressing room.
I was going to say, do you remember when Di Matteo came into Chelsea and they won the Champions League? I think that was on the back of AVB being there. I'm pretty sure it was. But you can get that player jump, or bounce, if you want to call it. Do you think you can get that for 10 games? You got Spurs, we talked about where they are in the league, Newcastle and Liverpool both on their heels.
But the bounce won't be there. Because, I mean, you might get a little one because Antonio Conte's not there. But with Mace and Stellini in charge, these guys have been there all season. So I don't know if you'll get that new manager bounce, but it might be even training's more relaxed now. People could just take a breath, like, okay, now not everything's so uptight, and you get a bit of new lease of life. So potentially the second of Conte, not bringing a new manager in, but just Conte leaving, might just take the heat off everybody, and everyone could just relax a bit more.
Okay.
talkSPORT Drive with Andy Goldstein. Monday to Friday afternoon from 4 on AM, on DAB, via the talkSPORT app and on your smart speaker. talkSPORT.